In our last two sessions, we discussed a letter from a woman who complained that her daughter, Diane, was critical and angry toward her at every opportunity, and she was tired of it. I helped her understand Diane's emptiness and fear and how she, the mother, almost certainly had a role in causing those conditions. I also pointed out that she was making the situation worse by demanding love from her daughter. Now back to the writer of the letter. The long-range solution is for you to learn all you can about real love and to share that with your daughter. But that will take considerable time, both for you to learn to find real love and for your daughter to feel it. There are no cute shortcuts in real love, no 5 or 10 steps of techniques one can take to quickly or magically overturn the effects of a lifetime of missteps. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't begin to take the steps that are required to find real love and learn to share it with others. As we do that, miracles do happen, and they happen consistently. In the meantime, as you're learning to find and share real love, what can you say to your daughter? Many things. At a time when you're not feeling demanding of her, when there's no crisis going on, for example, you might sit down with her and say something like this, quote, "Diane, in the process of reading and talking to some people, I've been learning some things lately about love and relationships. I realize that what we all need most is to feel loved unconditionally, no matter what mistakes we make. That's what you needed from me when you were a child. And I didn't give you that. I really didn't know how. When you made mistakes, when you broke things, when you made messes, or when you didn't do what I wanted, I was disappointed and irritated at you, which proved that I was more concerned about what I wanted than I was about your happiness. That's kind of embarrassing to admit, but there it is. I just want you to know that I'm just beginning to realize that I haven't done a very good job of loving you all your life. And I'm determined to learn how to do that better." End quote. In your first conversation like this, it's usually wise to be brief. She'll be too stunned to take it all in at one time anyway. And what will really matter to her is whether you're going to actually change your behavior. And you'll prove that only with time and experience. Gradually, as she feels loved by you, her emptiness and fear will diminish, and she will simply lose her need to use getting and protecting behaviors with you. Now, in the very short term, when she's acting like a victim and attacking you, what can you do? Like when she rants about the dog jumping up on the kids, you might simply ask her what she'd like you to do. Do not get into all the emotions of it, or you're jumping on the field of death and everybody dies there. Talk about the options without the emotions. Solve the problem. Maybe you could, for example, keep the dog in a separate room while the kids are there, but maybe the kids like to play with the dog. Then what other options are there? But don't just stand there and let her blame you. Put some of the options to her. Let her participate in the process and help solve the problem. Ask her what she'd like done. When she criticizes the way you plant the garden and everything else you do, just nod your head and thank her or ask her for suggestions. But you don't have to respond to everything, and certainly you don't have to argue. Right now, she's just angry and needs to criticize you. It fills a need in her, but you don't have to jump on the field of death with her. Stay loving. That is what your daughter needs. It's also what you need. Remember that, and you'll do so much better with your daughter.